What is going on, everyone? This is Potato Chip J. I hope you've all had a blessed day, blessed, Thursday, blessed time off. If you were working with family, traveling, eating good, reminiscing on good times, reflecting on old, hoping for the best, paying homage to those who were taken from, people, and whatever the case may be. There's so many different implications regarding this time of the year, and I just always want to be as transparent as possible about that. But let's get into the gist of it, man. I wanted to do just a reaction, but I kept finding myself going back so much, just trying to indulge and appreciate the lore that we've gotten for Zoro, and really much coming on full circle with the chapter, that I just couldn't possibly give an organic reaction because it just kept taking away from me reading. So I'm doing a quick review, and this is one of my favorite chapters. We got a nice amount of lore dump from the Lunarians, about a little bit about them. We've gotten a lot about Zoro's past, and a lot of confirmation of stuff. A lot of things we speculated, things we kind of knew were implied, and just seeing Zoro's progression of putting things together. This was definitely a Zoro chapter. We got to see a little bit of Sanji and Queen, but that was just to kind of fill us in on King. And the chapter really stemmed around the old geezer from the Shimozuki village. It's kind of interesting, you know. The chapter cover, the cover spread, the cover shows just Tashigi pretending to be a villain for the sake of these penguins that plays heroes. And if you look at the penguins, each of them has a different, unique expression on their face. One is paying attention to Smoker. One has a sword towards Tashigi. I don't know if that's hinting. There's a shark over there, so waving a white flag. Tashigi has her sword, and Tashigi, Tashigi has been looking quite curvy. Mm, no. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Like, pretty much, the chapter did start off with Zoro versus King. Enma's acting ablaze. As you can see, the flames are still holding Onigashima up. Uh, Zoro's having trouble kind of wielding it. King's taking advantage. Um, Zoro does a direct, like, piercing hit to King, and somehow he just combusted and blew himself up. And that was so weird, but it caught Zoro off guard. And right after that, we got a nice kind of a quick lore dump on what King is. Pretty much, a little bit about the Lunarians and how they could pretty much adapt and survive through any horrendous type of environment, but how they were eradicated is still something that we're gonna just have to find out. With that being said, if you really look at the zoom of the next spread, you see Momonosuke still trying. He's still figuring it out. And I think if you really look closely, Momonosuke is adding some of his own, um, as you can say, he's adding some of his own flame clouds. That's what I've noticed. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to that little detail. Zoro, blocks, dodges just enough with his, armament hockey. He tries a sword style technique, gets King direct, but then King eats it. King eats it. It looks like King is just got directly hit. It looks like he's done. But then he does that freaking, you know, uh, udon tempura thing. That thing is retarded, but it's funny as hell, and it actually connects and hits Zoro a little bit. It knocks him over. His swords are falling. Emma's acting up. His Sandai Tetsu then has a flashback about how he acquired it, and then the conversation he had with long nosed wing guy, and then next thing you know, he's getting a Diablo Jamba kick to the face from King. Then he's going over and going hybrid on him to fly down and get him, and he reaches for the Wado Ichi emoji, and he starts having these flashbacks, and about how he gets it, and then it makes him kind of think about something the old winged man said about the sword and who made it, and then he's like, wait, I never got a chance to think about it, but you know what, this is right. This thing came from Shimozuki Village, the same guy who made Enma. Oh crap. You know, he's having these moments and is connecting and he's putting it together, and then we come to find out that the old geezer he talked about with Momonosuke is actually Shimozuki, the guy who fled Wano almost 50 years ago, who is actually maybe, I don't know, a pirate. It's wild. It's wild. Because he's just dumping it. He's dumping it. He's telling him about swords and cursed blades and the spirit of the sword and how they work. And then he goes on to talk about his magnum opus, the sword that, you know, this is the pinnacle of his. This was like the pinnacle of my capabilities, a peak form. And when I was still young, and well, he was still young. Excuse me. And he said he named it after the Lord of the Underworld, and that's when Zoro was like, "Oh crap!" This whole time, as a kid, I already knew about the legend of Enma. Didn't even know. So now he's pretty much getting a chance to really fully understand Enma a little bit more, and he realizing like Enma's not acting out of malice, not just draining his haki. It's testing him. It's trying to see, do you have the willpower, right, capable enough of not only holding and wielding me, but you know, dealing with this kind of handicap that I'm just gonna drain you. There's nothing you can do about it but overcome. That's a conqueror's mindset, and that's what Emma's testing Zoro on. So he picks it up. You know, he got fodder pulling up saying, "Let's go get Zoro. We're gonna help King." Like, dude, yeah, why are you trying to help King? He's second in command behind Kaido. Why do y'all need to help him? Y'all are just in the way. So Zoro just proves this by doing Conqueror's Haki. He just knocks them all out, but he doesn't realize it still. And King's like, "I see, so you have kingly ambitions." Zoro's like, "Huh?" And then he thinks about it. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right." Then he's starting to realize he's a freaking conqueror. Long story short, this is a great chapter, full of lore. We're gonna get more. I want to see more about the Lunarians. I want to see more about this. I think Zoro is gonna really have a turnaround, and I think we're gonna see like, I want to see if he can like impose some conqueror's coding with that sword, the Rio. But we'll see. This Potato Chip J. I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.